Alright guys, I just want to make a little painting video. Um, I'm working on the Transylvanians for my big army project, and I'm almost done with this unit of, these are called like the Household Cavalry, but basically they're Lancers. In the art book that I own. I did a review of it on the channel several years ago, or yeah, it should be 3 or 4 years ago now, that covers the Transylvanian troops. They're mostly depicted wearing red, so I decided I'd just do different like shades of red, just to give a little bit of variety. And as you can see, they're kind of differently armored. Some of them have mail, some of them have breastplates, which for 17th century, 16th and 17th century Transylvania, you'd probably expect that, you know, because some people would have more Western style armor, like especially like the cuirass, and then other people would be wearing just kind of the more Eastern mail coats of mail. And a couple of the figures have fur cloaks on, and in the book it says that they wore wolf skins, so I painted it gray like a wolf, I guess. Yeah. So I'm guessing that this is supposed to be like the command figure, but I don't think it really matters. I mean, in the box art, this is from the Fire and Sword range. It doesn't depict this unit as having a command figure per se. It shows them like 2 ranks deep. So yeah, so yeah, just kind of doing that, but I figure this guy looks distinct enough to be kind of the center command figure if I want to do that. So I guess I'd have him like that, but zoom back in. Yeah, and I've got a few more to do, but it's coming along. The rest of the stuff I have to paint for the Transylvanians, I think it'll go pretty quickly, because for once in a Eastern Renaissance army, again, according to the depictions, these guys were more, yeah, they had more of a uniform look. So, I mean, they're not painted that way here, but quite, but yeah. And then got Hijux. Those are the guys. I've got Hijux and light cavalrymen. It's these guys. Those are the light cavalry, and then you got the mounted Hijux. So yeah. And for those of you that want to get these figures or want to represent the Hijux, so usually they were operated as dragoons. They would mount or dismount, so you can run them as either or. I think for my collection, I'm going to have them as basically separate kind of units, just to increase the number of troops, but you know, it's good to have options like that. So I also had a commenter give some rules recommendations, and there were a couple that the commenter mentioned that I had looked at a little bit, but I didn't I hadn't thought of in a while. Yeah, there's the Renatio et Gloriam rules, which are published, I think, by Hellion and Company now. And they're 415 millimeter, and the comment said that they have some Eastern Renaissance army lists. But I don't know. I'm a little iffy on these rules, because they just it says they're designed for like matched play, and or that's like kind of one of the things that's on the website, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. Because all the army list books, it's like, yeah, it says like army list for match play. I guess they just released one for Central Asia, which is interesting, that has Safavids, Uzbeks. Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're trying to do a kind of like a DBA type system. I don't know. I don't want to judge them too harshly, but yeah, I'm a little skeptical of this one, but I will maybe I'll look into it in the future, just because I don't know, when a rule set tries to do everything, I'm a little wondering if it can actually represent what it's saying. So maybe I'll take a look at this, and in the future. Yeah. And maybe my my judgment that it's kind of like a DBA or an Art de la Guerre system is premature, but that's just kind of my hunch based on reviewing the website. The other one he recommended is for King and Parliament, and that uses the, let me make sure I get this right. I think that uses the system. Yeah, that's right. Yep. So this uses the To the Strongest system, which if you want to find, which the channel Trarius Wargaming, he's covered that for Ancients, and I think he may be doing that for his Strasbourg game. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure this uses like a grid system, which is not bad, but I think for what I'm trying to do with my kind of Eastern games, or games with the Ottomans, I don't know if I'd want a kind of grid-based movement. I think that's better for maybe Ancients or periods where, you know, you have more deliberate geometry with the maneuvers. And I think it could work for like European theater in the like 16th century, 17th century, you know, like 30 Years' War, or like the Dutch Revolt, the 80 Years' War, you know, where you have kind of more, you know, pike and shot units fighting each other. Anyway, that's just what I was noticed. I appreciated the suggestions, though, from that commenter. So it's just to think about. And he also mentioned the Fire and Sword rules, which I used to have a PDF of the English Players Edition, and and then I changed computers almost a year ago now. And I don't have that file, and it's not on my backup, so I think I will, and I do have a Polish copy of the rules actually, but I can't read Polish yet, so that's kind of a non-starter. I haven't actually played the rules, even though I own a bunch of the figures. I haven't played the rules. I might give it a try at some point. They do have the second edition that's coming out, but I think they've changed a lot of the rules to make it a little more simplified, so I don't know. Anyway, there's always a lot of rules. For now, I think I'm going to keep looking at Baroque and trying to work with it and see if I can do certain house rules, you know, to make adjustments to certain things. I was thinking about this today at work while I was, you know, this is why, because my job's kind of boring sometimes. So anyway, I was thinking about to adjust some of the shooting mechanics. I think I would probably give some scenario special rules if I use Baroque to like Janissaries, because in Baroque, when you roll to hit for shooting, you either have to get a 6 or double 5s. So I think what I do for Janissaries specifically is say that they can hit on 5s or 6s. And then maybe some of the other units, like possibly the Polish kind of Hungarian style infantry, the Polish, you know, Polish regular infantry could do that. But then, you know, then like the regular kind of the Ottoman Sekban, like mercenary troops aren't going to be able to, you know, aren't as well trained, so they're going to have just normal shooting. And then like Cossack, maybe skirmishers, you know, are just going to have normal shooting. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about with Baroque. The other thing I thought about was with the wagons, the war wagons, was what I think I'll do with them is I'm just going to come up with a new unit type and just or what I'll do is they'll count as artillery essentially, but what I'm going to do, what they would have is like 2 profiles to shoot, so you could move, if they moved, well, now I'm thinking of it as I talk, but if they move that turn, they can only shoot the musketeers in the wagons can only shoot. Then if they remain stationary, they can fire their light cannons. And even though I only have a few cannons on each modeled on each. I don't have that many cannons modeled on my actual war wagons. I think what I'll just say is each wagon counts as having like a light artillery piece, or something like that. Yeah. So I hope I can get access to a bigger table soon so I could try and run through this or play test it. I'm hoping I could do it with the club, and see. Maybe I could schedule that for the next few months, once my life is a little calmer. All right, this one went on a little longer, but I do like to talk about rules and stuff. But this is what I'm working on, and yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.